slow, so slower than when you were translating with a strap bag on the BGA. Avoid cyclic loading on the mass canister in BGA. Max lateral loads is 40 pounds. And do not impart any forces into the mod kit struts before they're fully installed.
Give me one copy. 3.
All right, next Vapor, you can present the left or non-tethered end of the upper triangle to Ann.
So let me know, I can't really see. We'll go in off here. Yeah, just 1 second, I'm getting my workstation. Okay, out of the way here. Walk up, okay. Go up about another 12 inches, I think. I have a hand on it. Okay. All right, this isn't small, is it?
And Ayers has handed the upper triangle to McLean following her build of it.
Installing the center pad on the mass canister, arrow up.
McLean will now install it on the mass canister of the Beta Gimbal Assembly or BGA structure.
Your mini workstation tabs, and for soft engagement left to right, which is what you're doing. And once that's complete, you can rotate the upper triangle so it's neutral and you have access to the bolts. And Vapor, since the EV3 PGT and torque wrench is already on the AET, we can have you go to the right saw bracket and get a visual alignment of the bearing. And just as an FYI, we've got that RET series from the bag to the mounting bracket that we want to keep eyes on as you go away and to the strap bag.
Okay. Center pad is soft dock. I'm going for my PGT, I believe. 2 turns on each.
It'll be alpha 2 clockwise 2 and is exactly 2
And this view of Ann McLean's helmet camera as she positions the upper triangle on the Beta Gimbal Assembly.
All right, for the Fairchild fasteners.
If you're just tuning in with us this morning, we are 1 hour and 35 minutes into the 275th Spacewalk in support of space station maintenance, assembly, and upgrades. This morning, the spacewalking duo, which consists of NASA astronaut Ann McLean and Nicole Ayers, worked to build the upper triangle portion that you do see on your screen there that is going to be installed on the mass canister of the Beta Gimbal Assembly. The primary tasks for our spacewalkers today is to install this support bracket, which we call a modification kit, in anticipation of future solar array upgrades of the International Space Station rollout solar arrays. The duo will also work to relocate a communications antenna called the Common Communications for Visiting Vehicles, or C2V2 antenna, to ensure better redundancy in communication with visiting spacecraft to the space station.
So you have a go to continue.
Okay, that's helpful. Okay.
Alpha 2 clockwise 2, and it's exactly 2 turns on all those bolts.
Alpha 2, clockwise 2, 2 turns. Because for EV2, the right stop bearing looks pretty thin. So it's at and parallel with.
And we copy Vapor, and just for your SA, that last comm is in and out.
Marcus, I have Alpha 2, clockwise 2 set, and for 2 turns on each.
Good words. And Vapor, we are now waiting for the center pad install before proceeding.
Copy that. I have 2 turns on M6 and M5. Wait for 2 turns on M8.
Copy, good turns on 5 and 6.
McLean now using the PGT or pistol grip tool to install the upper triangle to the mask canister.
Settings on the WIFX and the APFR.
I have 2 turns on 6 or 8 and 5. Especially top back out. I don't think it was all the way in to get those 2 turns again.
And we concur, Ann, thanks.
Okay, I believe 6 now has 2 turns.
And copy, Ann, we're following.
All right, 7 has 2 turns. I believe now it's torquing alpha 2 clockwise 2.
Alpha 2 clockwise 2, M5 through 8 to torque. Expect an additional 3 to 8 turns.
Copy, and there's no order, right?
Order does not matter.
Copy. Starting with M6. Okay, M6 got 5 turns, 3.6 torque green light.
And Ann, we're checking. Give us 20 seconds.
Okay.
That's a good M6. You can proceed, Ann.
Copy, good M6. And Marcos, I have 3.7 torque green light and 5 turns on M5.
That is a good M5. Proceed.
Copy, good M5. Going with M8. There's 4.5 turns on M8. Green light, 3.6 torque.
It's a good M8.
Copy. Last golden word. Okay, got exactly 4 turns on M7, 3.8 torque, green light.
And that's a good M7. And we'll have you check that the center pad MLI and the pit pins, 2 of them are still installed.
Copy, in work. All right, I see 2 pit pins in. Good job on the MLI. Vapors nice and tight.
And with those 4 bolts being driven by NASA astronaut Ann McLean on the mask canister, the next steps will be to install the left and right lower and upper struts to continue to attach the triangle to the mass canister.
And if you agree, I think it's...
And that's a good upper triangle install. And, yep, you're going to get out of the APFR, and you will be changing the WIFX and APFR settings. First, WIFX is going to be shortened to an extension of 1.
Copy. It's done. There's no workout at the gym that prepares you for that twist.
We are now 1 hour and 44 minutes into today's spacewalk. The crew is about 10 minutes ahead of the timeline. The upper triangle has successfully been installed to the beta gimbal assemble.
Here we go, I'm free.
And for the both of you, just be aware that you still have that ret going from the bag to the mounting bracket.
The crew will now proceed with the installation of the right lower strut and right mid strut on the right side of the mass canister before doing the same on the left side.
And just for your awareness, we turned your HECA off.
Copy, HECA off.
Looks like you're working the extension of 1. Just verify that the ingress 8 is clear of the upper triangle after that reduction in height.
Ingress 8 is clear. Now it's clear.
Copy, thanks, Ann. And then we're looking for a pitch of Papa Papa and a roll of Charlie for the APFR.
Copy. 6 is at 1. Remind me, is the yaw still 6? Or 12, rather?
The yaw should still be 12, correct.
Okay. All right, so 12 Papa Papa, Charlie 12.
Good words.
There's Charlie 12. And you can see the...
And this view from Nicole Ayer's helmet camera as she works to get the right lower strut out of the bag.
Papa Papa.
There is a right lower strut and a right mid strut which will be attached on the right side of the mass canister to further secure the upper triangle that has previously been installed.
That was blind. All right, Papa Papa is set on the pitch on the APFR, and the button can be depressed.
Copy, those are good settings. Ann and Vapor, appreciate that. And next for you is going to be a socket swap. You're going to swap to the 5/8 by 2 inch, which is in your trash bag.
Copy that.
And then Vapor, we are going to wait until Ann does that socket swap. She's going to ingress the APFR, and then we're going to verify access to certain locations on the mounting bracket before proceeding with the mid-strut and lower strut handoff.
Okay. And Marcos, if it's okay, I'm going to get in the APFR and then do the socket swap while I have two hands.
Sounds like a great plan, Ann. And just another reminder on the ingress 8 and the upper triangle.